Hello, dear sir. Hello, everybody. I hope all of you will be happy and healthy during the corona pandemic situation and hearing me with your great passion mind. By the way, I am MD Sohail Arman, introducing myself as a student of Daffodil International University and also the student of MBA, bearing ID number 21214-302. Today, I'm going to be discussing all about corporate governance and strategy based on our course strategic management. In these topics we're going to be discuss some basic agenda, that is what is corporate governance, what is strategy, corporate governance mechanism, how to shaping the ethical climates of an organization, model of ethical decision making. Before discussing these topics, we have need to know what is corporate governance. Do you know what is corporate governance? Corporate governance is a system that aims to instill policies and rules that helps to maintain cohesive of an organization. It exists to help hold a company accountable while helping them to steer clear of financial, legal, and ethical pitfalls. After these topics, we have need to know what is strategy. Strategy, according to the William F. Glueck, strategy is a unified, comprehensive, and integrated plan designed by designed to ensure that the basic objectives of an enterprise are achieved. After discussing these topics, we have need to know what is corporate governance or mechanism. That means the some basic mechanism of corporate governance. The first mechanism is to stockholders meeting. This meeting is provided to forum which stockholder can voice their approval and discount with the management. The next mechanism is to the role of the board. Board members are directly elected by the stakeholders under the corporate law, and the board represents the stakeholders' interest in the company. Its position at the apex of the decision-making within the company allows the board to monitor corporate strategy decisions and ensure that they are consistent with the stakeholders' interest. The next mechanism is the stock-based compensation scheme. These schemes are designed to align the interest of managers with those of stockholders. In addition to their regular salaries, senior executives are given stocks option in the firm. Stocks option given managers to the right to buy the company's shares at a predetermined price, which may often turn out to be the less than the market price of the stock. After discussing these topics, we have to need to know the takeover constraints of mechanism. The takeover constraint is the risk of being acquired by another company that limit the extent to the managers can pursue strategies and take action that put their own interest above this of the stakeholders. The next mechanism of corporate governance is the corporate riders. Corporate riders is the individual or corporation that buy up large blocks of shares and companies that they think are pursuing strategic inconsistent with maximum stockholder with for the purpose of taking over the business and running it more efficiently, participating a change of the top management or replacing the existing team with one more likely to maximum stockholder return. The next topic we are gonna be discuss about poison pills. Very interesting mechanism is poison pills means one response by the management is the threat posed by the takeover has been to create so-called poison pills. The purpose of the poison pills is to make it difficult for the rider to acquire a company. The next mechanism of a corporate governance is golden parachutes. Golden parachutes are severance contracts that handsomely compensate top-level management for the loss of their jobs in the event of takeover. And the last mechanism of corporate governance is to leverage buyouts. The leverage buyouts or LBO is a special kind of takeover. In an LBO, the company-owned executives are often among the buyers, but not always. The management groups undertaking the LBO typically raises cash by issuing bonds and then uses the cash to buy the company stock. Now we're gonna be discuss how to shaping the ethical climate of an organization. To foster awareness that strategic decision has an ethical dimension, a company must establish a climate that emphasizes the importance of ethics. This requires at least three steps. In the first step, the top managers have to use their leadership position to incorporate the ethical dimension into the values that they stress. The second stage is to ethical values must be incorporated into the company's mission statement. And the third stage or the last stage is to ethical values must be acted on. Top managers have to implement hiring, firing, and incentive system that they explicitly recognize an importance of adhering to ethical values in the strategic decision making. After discussing these topics, we're gonna be discuss our last topics is to model of ethical decision making. Here is the four-step model of ethical decision making. The first step is to evaluate decision from the ethical standpoint. That means the identify of the affected stakeholders. That means stakeholders are right violated or not. After evaluation this ethical standpoint, we have to establish a moral principle. After establishing a moral principle, we have to establish a moral intent. After evaluating decision, there is necessary to establish a moral intent so that it can be easy for making ethical decision making. After the third step of establish a moral intent, it is necessary to engage an ethical behavior. In order to use of the practical life or use of the practical engagement, it is necessary to engage in our practical work. That's all for the moment. Thank you for the first time with me. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.